So to celebrate the Halloween season, I decided to bring back one of my most popular, most requested spreads for you guys. So welcome to your Ghosted Why the Silence reading for October 2020. So this is a reading for those of you out there who have been straight up fucking ghosted by your person and you're just searching for answers as to why this happened to you. So you can find the exact questions we'll be uncovering the answers to in this reading in the box below. But one quick announcement before we dive in. Based on your feedback that I've received from many of you over the past couple of months, my tarot course, Tarot for Transformation, is now available in a 100% on-demand format. So you can participate in it and take it based on your own schedule, on your own time, and at your own pace. So all the deets for that, if you're interested in just learning more about it or in signing up, all of the details are going to be in the box below. Now let's go ahead and get started with your reading. What's up, Scorpio Nation? Welcome to your Ghosted reading for October 2020. I'm excited to dive in. So this is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are totally welcome. If it's not resonating with you, just throw it out. Just go ahead and click off. It's not going to resonate with all of you. And do go ahead and check out, if you feel compelled to do so, check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus sign readings to see if there's maybe some messages in one of those that better resonates with your situation. So Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio, October 2020. So Scorpio, what we're going to take a look at first here is we're really going to dig into your situation here with this person, this ghoster. And we're going to first and foremost try to figure out just, what the fuck is going on here? What happened? Why were you ghosted? What was the real reason, the real root cause that was behind it all, that kind of drove this individual that you're watching this for, that drove them to behave in this rather heinous, in my opinion, way, which is by ghosting, just disappearing without any explanation or, any rhyme or reason. So let's pull some cards here. So what happened here? What was the root cause behind this ghosting behavior? What was the real root cause here? Why was Scorpio ghosted? Wow, very interesting. Give me one card overall. Whew. I'm going to soak all of this in. These are sort of some strange energies, Scorpio. I feel like this person that you're dealing with here is not ghosting you for reasons that you may imagine. Like there's something bigger going on here. So before I pull, I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck to just try to better understand what's going on. But my first gut reaction here, the very first card that popped out is the Six of Cups. This is a beautiful card. This is all about, unconditional love. It can be a strong indicator of a past life soulmate, somebody that just feels like home to you. Somebody that feels so familiar, like you've known them in a past life. And then, directly following that, we've got the Queen of Cups and Temperance coming out. Scorpio, I feel like something about this dynamic with you has been very triggering for this person that has ghosted you. Like, it's like the way they feel about you has almost made them feel like they're overwhelmed with the amount of emotion that they have for you. And perhaps that is part of this. Perhaps they don't know how to deal with it or how to handle it. Take that as it resonates. That's not going to make sense for all of you, but let's keep going and just try to figure out what's going on here. So tell me more about this situation. So why was Scorpio ghosted? What was the real reason? What was the root cause here behind this ghosting? So we've got truth. Wow. What was the real reason? Whoa. Bottom of the deck is this card, Letting Go. This is a really interesting energy. So we've got happiness. We've got this card that says orgasm. We've got this card that says fantasy. And then we've got feeling unwanted. And this is a really telling card. And I felt it as soon as my eyes, I laid my eyes on it. And it's this card that says control. Scorpio, what my intuition is telling me about this situation, just right out of the gate. And again, it's not going to resonate with every single one of you, but my intuition is telling me that this individual that has ghosted you, feels intense amounts of feelings. They have an intense amount of, an overwhelming amount of feeling and emotion for you on all levels. You've made them incredibly happy. It's been almost an orgasmic sort of experience. With this card fantasy, I feel it's almost, it almost seems like a fantasy to them, too good to be true, that sort of thing. And it's almost like this person felt like they were losing control. They felt out of control. They felt like perhaps they were getting swept up in this dynamic with you, and it really freaked them out. And so they made the decision, as a defense mechanism almost, to pump the brakes. To pump the brakes. We've got the Three of Wands here, and we've got the King of Wands. I get the sense that this person is way more comfortable feeling like the one in charge. They like to feel in control, and they were starting to feel a major loss of control within this situation due to their feelings. And with this energy of feeling unwanted, perhaps, they were starting to actually become genuinely invested in this connection, and fear started creeping in for them. Almost paranoia, or, their own insecurities were starting to surface, regardless if they, express that to you or not. And this was almost just a power play, them ghosting you. It was their way of taking back the reins and taking back control, taking charge of the situation in order to regain that perceived power, which is total shit. Let's be perfectly clear. The way this person is behaving towards you at this current time, Scorpio, is a complete and utter reflection of themselves. Like, it has nothing to do with you. The truth is, you make this person feel incredibly happy. You make them feel and you are a Scorpio. I mean, that's a Scorpio trait. You know, Scorpio can have that impact on people. You know, it's almost like this person may feel like you see right through them or see like right into their soul. And that is a Scorpio quality. You know, and it can freak people out, you know, that sort of intensity. This person has ghosted you, again, as a way to sort of like recalibrate and rebalance and sort of retreat. They're retreating back into their shell and avoiding and running from their own insecurities that have been triggered by you and by this connection. And let me again be perfectly clear, Scorpio, I don't feel this is in any way like a poor reflection on you, like of you. No. This has everything to do with them, okay? So let's keep digging into this further. This is very interesting. I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers before we move on to the next section. So I want to take a look at just clarifying this Six of Cups energy. So tell me more about this Six of Cups. Why did this show up? What is this Six of Cups doing here? Tell me more about this Six of Cups. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yikes. Yeah. Like it's so funny. Like these energies are so in such opposition. The card that pops out to clarify this is the Five of Swords. Like you can't have a more opposite sort of vibe in these two cards. You know, this is a really shitty energy, to be perfectly honest. It's maybe my least favorite card of the entire tarot. Straight up. Because it's just bleh. You know, it's such a low vibrational energy. It's the opposite of this Six of Cups energy of, you know, unconditional love and, you know, that sort of real scrumptious, just yummy, wonderful, all encompassing, like intoxicating, high vibe love that is the Six of Cups. This is an energy of wanting to win at all cost. And what's funny is the other cards that came out. We've got the Lovers and we've got the Nine of Cups. It's exactly everything that I've stated so far. I mean, this just confirms it. This person ghosted you once again because they were starting to feel like a loss of control. They were starting to feel swept up by this connection. And again, take that however it resonates. And I'm super curious. So please share your experiences in the comment section below if this is like really hitting home for you. I'm super curious to hear about that. Because what I'm seeing is it's like this person feels more comfortable being in this sort of energy, this sort of very self-serving energy where, you know, and with this Nine of Cups, I'm almost even getting the sense that this person may just be someone that is more comfortable being single and like this person may be more comfortable only having to worry about their own happiness and serving their own needs and their own self. And perhaps the two of you were getting to a place where, you know, they were realizing that things were progressing. Like, shifting from a me mindset to a we mindset. And so they hit the brakes and said, nope, I'm not comfortable with all of this. I'm not comfortable with all of this, all of these feelings that I'm having. Like, this is too much. And I'm not comfortable with it. I want to feel in control. I don't want to risk being so vulnerable with this person that they can end up making me feel rejected or making me feel unwanted. This person's insecurities really shining through. And I do want to mention with this King of Wands energy here, and again, take this as it resonates. This isn't going to be for all of you, but some of you may be dealing with a fire sign, like an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. And ego may be playing a part in this whole dynamic. Like, this person's ego may be really a problem here. Like, something that's really a driving force behind the way that they're behaving and handling themselves. So what we're going to take a look at next, very interesting. And you should know at this point if this is going to resonate with you or not, Scorpio. So I hope it resonates. If it doesn't, no hard feelings. But we're going to tap into next is where this person is at in their head and in their heart. So how they're currently, thinking about you, and about what they're thinking about this situation, and then where they're at in the heart. So how they're feeling about you and feeling about this whole shitty ghosting situation at this current time. So October 2020. So headspace. A few cards, please, for the headspace of this ghoster that Scorpio is dealing with. Headspace. Let's get 3 cards. 3 cards for this person's headspace. Oh my goodness. All right, before I even unpack this, let's go ahead and grab the heart, and then we're gonna look at this like holistically, okay? So all right, 3 cards. 3 cards, please, for the heart space of this ghoster. So how they're currently feeling about Scorpio. October 2020. Heart space. Bottom of the deck, we've got the moon. Yeah, this person is just fucking triggered by you, Scorpio. Like, just point blank period. Triggered by you. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of shit energy here. I don't love it at all. Like, every bit of this situation has to do with this individual's own issues, their own issues. So in the headspace, we've got the 4 of Swords. We've got that shitty ass 5 of Swords showing up again. And we've got the Ace of Cups. So this is what they're thinking about. What they're thinking about regarding this situation. So this person doesn't, I'm going to straight up tell you, this person is aware of the fact that they've acted like a dick, that they have grossly mishandled this situation, okay? But they don't want to be wrong. What they're thinking about is the fact that they don't want to come forward and apologize. They don't want to come forward and offer you this overflowing cup. They're stubborn. This person is stubborn as fuck. They don't want to admit at all. They don't. Like, in their mind, they are completely justifying all of this to themselves. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. With this 4 of Swords, like, they have completely justified it as far as like logically in the mental, they have really, really justified the way that they and explained it away to themselves. Like they have basically told themselves that, convinced themselves of their own bullshit, that it's perfectly okay that they've handled things this way. And what's interesting, down in the heart space, very first card that comes out, again, another really shitty, like, bleh kind of energy, which is this Knight of Swords. This is them just being like, this is them trying to stick to their own story, if that makes sense. Because that's what this is. This person has had to sort of like talk themselves into, or gain their buy-in with their own self, explain away to themselves like why it's okay that they've behaved this way. And that is really, it's sort of made its way into the heart. And I really quite dislike that. But at the same time, look at this. We've got the Star and we've got the Lovers for a second time. There's some sort of profound healing that is occurring here for this person in the heart. Perhaps this person just has some really like deep-rooted wounds and issues that are connected to like healthy partnership, what that looks like romantic relationships, committed relationships, vulnerability. I really do get the sense that like true partnership makes this person very uneasy. This person has like a very, and it may even be like, remember what we saw on the bottom of the deck. Where was it? Oh yeah, right here. I've got too many decks with the Moon. I really do feel, and oh my goodness, right underneath of that, yeah, we've got the Ace of Swords. I really do feel that perhaps this person doesn't even really understand their own behavior. And the reason why they don't quite understand it, they know it makes them very uncomfortable and they know that the struggle is real. But a lot of it, I feel, is like gunk from their subconscious that's just like coming up to the surface, and you have somehow really triggered that within them in a very Scorpionic way. The power of Scorpio. So very interesting. Again, let me know in the comments if this is like connecting with you and your particular situation. So let's keep going here and see what else we can find out. So what else can we find out about this whole situation? So what's the situation here? There's some other overall vibes that are impacting this entire ghosting dynamic that Scorpio is experiencing right now. October 2020. Concealing. Secrets, mysteries, and hiding. Yeah, this person isn't like, they're not being forthcoming about like what's really going on here. And frankly, I'm not really picking up on like a bunch of third party energy or anything like that. I'm not certain that that's the case. They're just they're not like opening up or being honest with you because perhaps they don't even fucking really know. They have found a way, though, I can tell you this. They have found a way to reason with themselves and sort of like justify their own behaviors to themselves in a way that's, allowing them to be able to sleep at night, put it that way, that phrase. Because on some level, they do know that this is total shit, what they've done to you here, Scorpio. But in order to be able to, kind of reconcile with that, they have found some sort of way to justify logically this behavior. So let's get one more card from this deck. One more card, please. Yeah, wow. I mean, this is major. What did I just say about maybe something quite profound that might be actually going on here? And I don't even know if I mentioned this earlier, but the overall energy that came out for like why the root cause was death. Which, I mean, death is all about, death of kind of our old stories. Some may call it like ego death, transformation, awakening. And then down here, we've in the heart space, we've got the Star and we've got the Lovers. Again, like I said, I do feel like there's some sort of cleansing that is taking place for this person. And to tie all of that together, we have got this beautiful card here, which out of this particular Oracle deck, I mean, this is one of the most like overwhelmingly positive cards. And it says Epiphany. Realizations, understandings, and awakenings. Perhaps, Scorpio, and, for what it's worth, you have really acted as like a catalyst for this person. Like you have touched a nerve. You have sort of acted as this, sort of, you've provided this sort of catalytic energy that is really helping this person wake up to some things. Perhaps helped them realize some of their own really like toxic shit. Helped them realize maybe some of their own demons that they didn't even realize that they were carrying around. And I do feel it's all very much related to like, healthy boundaries, partnerships, things like that. This person has gone through something in their life, likely in the more formative years of their life, that caused them to have some issues with these sorts of with relationships. Perhaps this person has some major trust issues. That's another thing I want to throw out. So take that as it resonates. And again, that's why they sort of just prefer to just be alone, where they're only looking out for themselves, and it's more of a me mindset versus a we mindset. That we mentality really freaks this person out for some reason. But I do see that something is happening here. Something very positive. So let's pull a few more cards. So what else can we find out? So any messages that want to come through for Scorpio as to what's really going on here? Wow. It's really hard for me to open up. Yep. It is. You're dealing with somebody here who is, it's like you made them feel, what did I say earlier, Scorpio? It's like you tapped into something within them, like you activated. That's the word I've been it's been on the tip of my tongue. That is like the best way I can describe this. It's almost like this person, you activated something inside of them. You made them feel in a much more deeply, in a much more like intimate sort of way than they've perhaps ever experienced. And while it made them so happy and like it was like almost like this very euphoric, like orgasmic experience, at the same time, it made them feel like they were losing control completely, and it caused them to feel very, very uncomfortable and uneasy. Their own insecurities and their own issues really started to surface. And we've got, I keep comparing others to you. Am I good enough for you? I do, and I know like you may say to me, yeah, fucking right. But I'm here to tell you, Scorpio, I get the strong sense that this person actually really holds you, almost like has you up on a pedestal, that is what I'm picking up. It's like maybe the further that things were progressing or more serious things were getting between you and this person, they really started to tell themselves some stories to the tune of that, oh shit, Scorpio is eventually going to realize that I'm not good enough. And that there's somebody out there that is so much better than me, and they can have so much better than me, and things like that. Some really like self-deprecating things. I very much get the vibe that this person is got some real self-worth issues. We've got, I look at your picture often. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't feel like this person has ghosted you because they're just not into you or something like that. No, I feel like it's quite the opposite. And then this final card here says, I'm sorry I couldn't follow through with my promises. So perhaps for some of you out there, like things may have been like on, progressing, and you may have felt like things were getting more serious with this person, or, this may have really like been a surprise. Like this person may have just done a complete like fucking 180 on you out of the blue and left you just thinking, what in the actual fuck is happening here? This person may have gone from like being like completely, in this to completely not, and before you know it, is just like ignoring you and just cutting you out and just ghosting you. Again, take it as it resonates. Let me know in the comments. So let's keep pressing forward here. So we've got two more questions that we want to dig into. So the first is, in the month ahead, so October 2020, what are going to be the most likely actions you're going to see out of this person? So what will their next move towards you most likely look like? So how is this ghoster most likely to behave towards Scorpio in the upcoming month? Give me one more. Yeah. I mean, I already got this vibe, but this just completely confirms it. We've got the Four of Pentacles. I mean, look at this guy. He's just like, he's got his little trunk and he's got it secure. He's like sitting on top of it. He's guarding it. And then we've got the King of Cups, which for me is like the emotionally unavailable masculine energy. Perhaps in a more evolved society, which hopefully we are, moving towards slowly but surely, one day this King of Cups can represent a more positive sort of archetype. But right now, I mean, I'm just keeping it real with you. I typically do see the King of Cups as being just sort of emotionally shut down and, emotionally unavailable. And that's unfortunately kind of a reflection of the societal norm when it comes to how, the typical male deals with emotion. And it's not their fault. It's not. It's that's the programming that we have impressed upon them, and I'm not making excuses for this person, Scorpio, but I do want to keep it real. A lot of the issues that I'm seeing, like the themes that are coming through so strongly in this reading, and again, take it as it resonates. You may be watching this for a female, and that's, I don't like to make it about gender because we all have masculine and feminine within us. The highest expression of all of us, every human, every individual is truly in a really equal balance of feminine and masculine energy. But, what I'm seeing here though, that is sort of at the core of this issue is that more masculine side of this person, no matter if they're male or female. There's some sort of wounding and issue with expressing feelings, and it's really hard for me to open up. This person doesn't know how to be truly intimate. This person is incredibly uncomfortable with vulnerability. And in the month ahead, what I'm seeing here is that it's going to be more of the same. This person is going to continue to sort of keep their emotions and just everything. They're going to continue to hide and conceal and just keep to themselves, and going to sort of continue to hide out and keep everything under lock and key. And, I never say never, Scorpio. And I do these readings because this is such a fucking problem, in 2020 and in the past several years, it's become normal. That is so troubling, right? That it's become fucking normal for grown-ass adults to handle themselves like this by ghosting. And it's preposterous, really. And it's just the most cruel and unusual sort of punishment that you can deal out to somebody, the person on the receiving end. So I really do. I hope that this reading, my intention is for it to just help provide you with some clarity and insight as to what's going on here. And that is a perfect segue into our final question, which is taking the focus off of this shithead, whoever they are, and really shining it on you, Scorpio. So we're going to dig in here, and we're going to try to get some advice and guidance for you for the month ahead. So help you perhaps, pull back and maybe see what's the big picture here. Maybe what's a lesson or a bigger theme that you're meant to learn or experience through this really tough situation with this person. So what's the bigger picture here for Scorpio? What is the advice and guidance that Scorpio needs to hear regarding this situation? October 2020. What is the bigger picture here? Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. This message is clear as day. Don't kill the messenger. I just want to say that. So, take this for what it's worth. And I want you to know, I keep it real on this channel. If you're brand new to my channel, hi, I'm so glad you're here. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you already know I'm just going to shoot it to you straight. What I see here is that, you at this current time, Scorpio, you are just a fucking mirror to this person. Like all of that shit energy that I was talking about, that like Five of Swords, like, you know, wanting to win at all costs, not wanting to, you know, this Knight of Swords sort of energy, like being just really hard-headed and brash and harsh and just having that very like unfeeling approach. What I'm picking up here is that perhaps you struggle with the same fucking issues that this person struggles with. Perhaps, Scorpio, you are very triggered by like, you know, expressing feelings and emotions, and perhaps you are more comfortable in dynamics in which you feel in control. What's happening right now is that you are literally manifesting. Look at this. We've got the Magician and the Devil. Right now, what's happening, Scorpio, is that you are effectively manifesting a lot of shit in your life that's like really tough, and like even like the way this situation with this person is playing out. You are manifesting it based on your own fears. Like this is your own fear. What's in your own head? The bullshit story that you are telling yourself. And let's be clear. Some of it though, some of what you are like manifesting, the place in which you're manifesting from is actually like very much like subconscious shit with the moon. Scorpio, I want you to take this next month, October 2020, and really, and if you're not familiar with like, you know, the inner child, I want you to really research this topic. Because what I'm picking up here is that, you know, look at this right here. I mean, we've got the seven of wands, and, you know, we've got the Knight of Swords. This is you being on the complete fucking defense. Like, come at me, bro. Okay? This is you being like in an energy right now where you are ready to just fucking cut a bitch. Just chop a head off. This is the energy that you're manifesting from right now. And, you know, it's not serving you. It is very much it's the opposite. It's really keeping you stuck in a really like negative place. And here's what I want you to understand. There's something going on here deeper within you, Scorpio. And I feel like it's something to do with like inner child shit. You know, something that happened to you in the more formative years of your life that perhaps you've just been carrying around with you. It's something that was like imprinted, you know, upon your subconscious. It's something very deep. It like this is the kind of shit that like happens to us when we're like 5 or 6 years old, and we literally don't have like the vivid memory of it, but we're still we're carrying it around, which is kind of scary, right? To think that something like that can be really wreaking havoc on our lives as adults, and we don't even realize what it is. And it's not necessarily like a result of, oh, you were like, abused as a kid. It doesn't even have to be that. Now it can be the result of like, you know, some sort of like substantial childhood trauma. But let's be clear on what it can also be. It can be as simple as like your parent being in a bad fucking mood and like reacting to you in a very, powerful way. And think about it. In a powerful way to your 5-year-old self, okay? Which, you know, think about that. It could have been something very simple. This is the kind of shit that the only way to really address this is to just allow. So what I'm going to recommend, and I'll leave it at that, Scorpio. Man, this reading got fucking deep. This is like a fucking Dr. Phil moment, wasn't it? it took a turn. But yeah, like I really do. I feel like Scorpio meditation could really unlock something major for you this month. Just literally sitting in complete silence, also known as meditating. Don't even go into it with any sort of expectations, and just sit there and try to just sit in silence for as long as you can, and just allow whatever wants to come through. Allow that shit to come to the surface so you can really clear it out. That is the best advice I can give you in the month ahead. Because there's something that is like got a hold on you. And I feel like for many of you, it's not even something that's like in your purview. Like it's not something like that you're maybe even consciously aware of. And so always remember, you've got divine support. You just got to tap into it. You just got to ask for it. Let me know in the comments how this resonates for you guys, though. I love you guys. I'm so glad to be back with you this month. And don't forget, if you are interested in taking my tarot course, which is now like completely on demand, which I'm so pumped about. And frankly, and I'm not like just like plugging my course, but legit, tarot and learning to read tarot for yourself and oracle, and by whatever means, if you choose my course, great. But, if not, that's fine too. That's another thing. If you have been feeling sort of drawn towards that, really look into exploring that, because I see that there's such a great opportunity here right now for you, Scorpio, to do a lot of like self-exploration. There's a lot that you can learn about your own like inner workings, and the tarot is such an incredible way to do that. It's such an incredibly powerful tool for personal transformation. So Scorpio Nation, that is what I've got for you. I love you guys. I'm sending you so much love and light. And until next time, mwah, peace.